Hello everybody, welcome back to our Mishnayot SEDER. Very glad to be learning again with all of you and anybody who's following. We've already started Perek Beis, and now we've already finished Aleph and Beis of Perek Beis, and we're going to do Gimel, Dalet, and Heov. And today, welcome to Baruch A'Havat Israel, KOLLEL in San Diego, a beautiful place where we learn and Rabbi Yaron Dahan gives beautiful shiurim on nesatorah.org. Make sure to go there. I'll remind you after the shiur as well. nesatorah.org. You can find all the shiurim there, and you can learn and you can grow. And we're learning about Shema. We're learning about the halachas about Shema, and we're going to start on. We're doing now Perek Beis, Mishnah Gimel. Hakare es Shema v'lo hashmiu la'aznai. So, if somebody is saying Shema and he doesn't hear what he's saying, he's just whispering. He's whispering it. He doesn't fully. Maybe he'll hear a word here and there, or maybe he doesn't hear anything. What's the halacha? Is this person considered to have said the Shema, or is he somebody that needs to say it again, or is it not good, or maybe it's even bad? So Yotza. You've fulfilled your obligation according to the first opinion in the Mishnah. If you akare Shema v'lo yashmiu la'azna, you didn't hear it with your ears, you didn't hear the Shema with your ears. According to the first opinion, you have fulfilled your obligation even though you didn't hear. Rabbi Yossi lo yotzer. Rabbi Yossi says you haven't fulfilled your obligation. Where does Rabbi Yossi understand that you need to hear? This is very interesting. He comes from the idea of Shema. It says the word Shema. Shema means to hear. So if it says hear, O Israel, it starts off with to hear. Then you need to hear the Shema. You need to hear the words. Says Rabbi Yossi. That's his understanding. So what's the understanding of the first one? Is that it doesn't? He doesn't see that as Shema is teaching you anything. It's just Shema Yisrael. You're speaking to the nation. Shema Yisrael. Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. You're speaking to Hashem, to the nation. It doesn't mean that you need to hear specifically what you're saying. But those are the first two opinions. One says that you don't need to hear it. If you said the Shema quietly, you didn't hear the words that you were actually saying, you're fine. Says Rabbi Yossi, you're not fine. Karav v'loy diktik be'osis seha. Rabbi Yossi Omer Getzel. Rabbi Yehuda Omer lo Getzel. So you're reading the Shema. Kara v'loy diktik be'osis seha. You weren't medayik. You weren't. You didn't say the words exactly the way that they should have been said. An example is many times people run through the Shema. They say very fast. So you're going to say Aleph Avecha. You might come to say Aleph Avecha together, when really there's two separate words. Al Levavecha on your heart. So it's a very big problem, and this is and it could be though that even though you said it, it might be fine. Let's see, Rabbi Yossi Omer Getzel. So Rabbi Yossi, the one who said, this is very interesting. Rabbi Yossi, what we just read, is that he says if you can't hear what you're saying, then you're not Yotze, you're Shema, and you have to say it again. But over here, when he says that that you're not medayik, you're not exact on your wording, meaning you put together Aleph Vecha, and it just sounds like one word, and you're just running through it, then Rabbi Yossi now says, oh, that's fine. So again, so Rabbi Yossi, the one who says, it's very funny, the one who says that you need to hear it, he's very strict. No, you need to hear the words. You can't mumble the words. He's also the one that now says on the next ruling, the next halacha, he says that you're Yotze when it comes to saying to not be medayik on the words, and if you say Aleph Vecha together, meaning one word, it's fine according to him. Rabbi Yehuda Omer lo Yotzer. Rabbi Yehuda says, no, you're not. You have to say it again. You have to be very precise with your words. You have to really be specific. You have to say each word maybe even slower than you're used to. But according to Rabbi Yossi, you don't have to repeat it. You're Yotzi even if you say if you go very fast. Hakare lemafreya lo yotze. So if somebody says the Shema backwards, meaning he says it out of order. He recites one verse. Recites one verse, and I guess it wouldn't be lemafreya not backwards, but he just recites it out of order. He says v'hayim shemo. He says this. He says it in different orders. And remember, we learned on a different Mishnah. Was it last time? Let's see. We learned all the different reasonings. Remember, we said ol machu shemayim and ikabel alav mitzvahs. Those were the reasons. We gave reasons in the last. This is actually Mishnah Beis. We spoke about the fact that each section is split up for a specific reason. Shema becomes before V'hayim Shemoah, and it comes before Vayomer, and all these ones have their very specific passages next to each other for different reasons. One we said Ol Machu Shemayim, that's why we say Shema, for we say V'hafta, because they're accepting Ol Machu Shemayim. And the second one, you Makabel mitzvahs, so V'hayim Shemoah, you Makabel the mitzvah of tzitzis, and when you be Makabel the mitzvah of Rabbah, we said you be Makabel the mitzvah of Limud Torah. We said you're being makabel the mitzvah of teaching your children, which is a mitzvah that goes out through the whole day. So now we're saying that if you said it out of order, is it considered good? Meaning we gave an order, but doesn't necessarily have to be. If you b'di'evid, post fact, if you said it and now you want to go back and you want to say the right order. So the opinion is that it's not the lo yotze, and nobody disagrees with this opinion over here. It seems like if you say it out of order, you're not yotze. You have to go and say it in the proper order. Shema, v'hayim shemo, v'yom. You have to say those all in the proper order, and we learned why from Mishnah Beis. Karo v'ta yaksel l'mokam shita. If you were reading and you made a mistake, you forgot what you were up to. You just maybe you said a word differently than the way it should be. You should go back to the place where you made that mistake, and you should rectify it. You should say it again, and that's where we end with the Mishnah Gimel. And so we were learning this Mishnah, just simple rules about Shema. If you say it in a certain way, again we learned that if you can't hear the words, then you can't hear those words. We said two opinions. Rabbi Yossi says it's not good. Well, first opinion says that it's fine. Rabbi Yossi says that it's not good. And we also, very funny, we said that Rabbi Yossi, the same person who said that you can't hear the words of Shema, that if you don't hear the words, then you're not Yotzi. But when he says that when we say the halacha of if you're not being medayik on the words, meaning you said it too fast. You said al levavecha, you've made it into one word because you said it so fast. He's the same person. Rabbi Yossi is the same person that says that you're yotze for that part, which you would assume he would say lo yotze because he just said that Shema. If you don't hear it with your don't hear the words that you're saying, then you're not yotze. So it's a big question over there as to why it seems like he's going the opposite when he should be saying that no, you're not fine. That you have to be specific about the words. Fine, Dalit. Ha'omnim karim berosh ha'ilon ay berosh hanidvach. So a craftsman. So I believe we're speaking about any really a worker. A worker is very busy. Sometimes he doesn't have time to get down from whatever he's doing or stop whatever he's doing, and he needs to. And Shema's coming. Maybe he gets up early. And he doesn't have time to put on this film. Different things will come up in a person's life where doesn't have the time, and he needs to, but he wants to say it obviously, and he should be saying, and he's still chayiv to even say Shema. So what's the remedy? How can we fix this? That a worker who's busy, he wants to say Shema, he has a chiyuv to say the Shema. What is he allowed to do? So he's allowed to. So it gives an example of a worker who works on top of a tree, which is on top of a stone wall. That he should he should say it. He's allowed to say it where he is. If he's on top of the wall, he's on top of the tree. I don't know, maybe his job is to bring down coconuts, whatever he's doing on top of the tree. But he's allowed to stop what he's doing, and on that tree, on top of that tree, say the Shema. Obviously, you should say it with concentration. You should shouldn't be just running through it. But you don't need to get down and cause your boss to be upset for whatever reason and feel as though you're not taking it seriously. You're putting it up. You're allowed to omnim karin barosh ha'ila no barosh ha'nidbach masha'in barosh la'asais kein b'tefila. And it's not so when it comes to Shemona Esrei. So for Shema, when we say the Shema, that you can say on top of a tree, that you can say on top of a stone wall if you're working there. But when it comes to the Amidah, when it comes to Shemona Esrei, that you need to stop, because there you need very, very strong concentration. I guess you could say we understand why Shema is less. It doesn't mean Shema needs less concentration, but we do see in the last Mishnah that some people agree that even if you didn't say it, even if you didn't hear what you were saying, you didn't say it loud enough, or this we were just learning, and you were, or another halacha, you were medayik on your words. There were people, there were opinions that said that you're still fine, which kind of shows you that Shema should be said obviously with a lot of kavanah, but really that the biggest kavanah should be for the first part. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. That is the most important part to have kavanah for, to concentration on those, that beginning, and the rest is something that if it's like this or if it's like this, if it's not perfect, then it's not acceptable, but it's something that we can that you can get over if you, because we have shitas of different ways. Again, we're not poskening anything, but I'm just saying this. The reason could be a reason that Shema is different is because we already have halachas that are telling us that there's more leniency towards it. There's more leniency in Shema than the Amidah. Amidah, you need to be standing straight. You need to be focused the whole entire time. All the brachas that you're saying, all 18 different brachas. Over here in the Shema, the biggest part is the Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. That's the main thing they have to have concentration for. The rest is more leniency. There is more to work with. All right. So we were speaking about having kavanah in Shema, and the halachas of having kavanah in Shema. So there's a very, very interesting halacha when it comes to a man, a chatan, a chasen, who's about to get married. Chasen pater v'kriya Shema b'layla harishon ad moitzi Shabbos. So a chasen is actually pater. He's exempt from saying Shema on the first night of his marriage when he gets married until Motzei Shabbos. They say until Motzei Shabbos because there's a Mishnah in a different place that speaks about, I believe it's in Kesubis, or I believe it's in Gemara Kesubis, but or Mishnah in Kesubis that speaks about maybe was it Getzel? No, Getzel. So maybe Kesubis, but it speaks about a man that he should get married if he's marrying a basula, a virgin woman. He should marry her on Wednesday, and it kind of carries together with the whole Shabbos and the Shabbos Sheva brachas. So he has so according to this Mishnah, he has from the first night he got married on Wednesday. It says that, and the Mishnah says that you should marry a woman on Wednesday, because if you find out that she's not a virgin, you can go to Beis Din and you can right away get a get, and you don't have to wait till after Shabbos, because if you married her on a Thursday, Beis Din doesn't come on Friday, and on Friday it's going to be too late, and you'll have the whole Shabbos, and you have to wait after Shabbos till the next Monday, and so therefore we marry them on Wednesday. So it says over here that from that Wednesday until Motzei Shabbos, the man doesn't need to say. The husband doesn't have a mitzvah. Well, not that he doesn't have a mitzvah. It's not that his mitzvah is gone. It's just it's suspended. That's how would I explain it at this point. It's suspended for this time period, and then after that time period, he's chayiv again. And the reason for this, the reason that a man is the suspended mitzvah of Shema. Let me just finish this. Chasen pater mikras Shema. So a chasen is pater mikras Shema, but laila rishon ad motzei Shabbos im lo yaseh ma'isa. So that last part answers our question. if he didn't do the Maisa. What Maisa? Being with his wife for the first time. If he's very, basically, they give an understanding that a man is very worried when it comes to his first time being with his wife, especially if both the man and woman have never been with other people. That he won't. He's going to be very worried if she's going to be a virgin or not. He's not going to know, and therefore his mind is so focused on something else that he actually has the Torah. I don't know if this is the Rabbanan or the Raisa, but it seems like that we can allow this man to because he's so focused on something else, we allow him to surpass and not have to do this mitzvah Shema, and just deal with it later because he's too focused on his marriage and making sure that his wife is a virgin, making sure that everything is proper and done in the proper time. It's very interesting halacha that where we see that someone could be, usually we see in different parts in Shas that somebody's pater because they're a shota, a crazy person, a katan, a younger person. There's certain things that you're pater from, but here as a normal person, he has every brain cell, everything's working proper, but it's the circumstances of outer circumstances as opposed to a shota, a katan. It's within them is the problem, because within the shota he is not 100%, or the child, they're not ready yet. But over here we see that a chassan is perfectly fine, but yet he's still pater from this. And now we have a story about a very big tzaddik who Rabbi Gamliel, who here's a little story. Let's read the story. Ma'aseh b'Rabban Gamliel shekara b'layla harishon shenasa. So Rabbi Gamliel, on the first night of his marriage, he got married, he actually said the Shema. He said it. Amar loy talmidav. So his talmidim said to him, loy limadet tanu rabbeinu shechasen pater v'mikra Shema b'layla harisha. They're basically saying, Rebbe, you taught, you taught us that a chassan is pater to reading the Megillah on the first night. I mean, not reading the Shema on the first night. So why is it that you're saying the Shema? So again, Rabbi Gamliel gets married. He says the Shema on the first night, and I was Talmidim come and ask him, why are you saying the Shema on the first night? Amar lahem, Ini shomea lechem levatal mimenu malchus shemayim va'afilu sha'a achas. So basically, Rabbi Gamliel is very much a big tzaddik in this regard. And he said to them, he says, I'm not going to allow myself to be mevatel, to nullify the mitzvah for me. I'm not going to do it because I have, even for a second, because it's the malchus shemayim. He was basically saying, I'm basically saying also, I guess if you feel as though you really feel this way, where you really care about the malchus shemayim, and you really have this understanding. Then I don't know personally. I'm married, and hopefully soon I'll be married. But I don't know if people do say it or they don't say it. I don't know what the chassan classes teach, if they tell them to say it, to not say it. I don't know the din or the pasak halacha. But we see Rabbi Gamliel was at such a high level that he himself didn't say it because of the malchus shemayim, of shemayim being such a great thing. So. Let's just recap. We did 3 Mishnayos today, Gimel, Dalet, and Hey. We spoke about the idea that if you hear Shema, if you can't hear it, you can't hear the words that you're saying when you're saying Shema. That there's 2 opinions. One, it's fine. Another opinion, Rabbi Yossi says, no, you're not fine. If you say the Shema and you say it too fast, and you put the words together, there's 2 opinions. One, it's fine, and another opinion, it's not fine. You're not Yotzik. Then we said, if you say them out of order, if you say, Shema, B'hayim Shema, you choose different orders, there's only one opinion on that I see over here. Could be in the Gemara, there's more opinions, but over here there's only one opinion that says, no, you're not Yotze, you have to say in the proper order. We also learned that if you make a mistake, you make a mistake on the word, or you're maybe too tired, or whatever it is, you have to go back and you have to rectify, you have to say it again. We learned about a worker who's up in a tree, who's up in a wall. For when it comes to Shema, he's allowed to say Shema. But when it comes to Shemona Esrei, the Amida, he can't, because he needs more concentration there. And we learned about a chassan on the first night, he doesn't need to say because he's too busy. And then we learned the story about Rabbi Gamliel. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Please go to nesatorah.org. Thank you for listening to the Baruch A'Havat Israel, KOLLEL in San Diego. We're very happy to have you and to be listening, and we only hope that you can keep on joining and keep on spreading Torah and share the shiurim, share everything, please, and have a great day.
Amen.